What is poppin', my people? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic out there today. Guys, we have a ton of stuff to get into in today's video. Yes, it is time for another episode of Brawl News, your favorite spot to get all the comings and going inside the Brawl Stars community that you might not know about, but might want to know about. Now, I don't know if it's just me, everyone, but it literally feels like we just came off of an update not too long ago. So this may be coming as a shock to a lot of you guys, but today we are dealing with a date that might be leading us to the next update or Brawl talk or significant thing around the corner, and it is very, very soon. We're going to be getting into that as well as the context of this date Easter egg, also having with it potentially the first letter of the newest Brawler's name that's coming out with the newest season of the Brawl Pass. On top of that, we have some developments with Starr to discuss in today's video, which I'm sure you guys are going to want to hear about, and a few other things. So hope you guys are all pumped up. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go! So of course, everyone, before we get into the news of today's video, if you guys enjoyed these Brawl News episodes, be sure you're subscribed to the channel. I got a feeling we have some very interesting things right around the corner here in the Brawl Stars universe, whether it's updates or Starr related things. So I'll do my best to stay on top of that for you guys, as well as provide other content. And if you guys are already subscribed to the channel and want to support me any further, code RAY goes a very, very long way. So thank you guys who already do that. Much love. But everyone, with all of that out of the way, we are beginning today's video off by winding back the clock a little bit, outlining a post here by Brawl Stars Esports made some time ago with a very, very interesting animation. Guys, I'm telling you, the Brawl Stars Esports, or esports in general for Brawl Stars, has been very juicy, ripe with sneak peeks and interesting things to question for future developments here in Brawl Stars. But some of the main things to take away from this are as follows. Number one, it's a very interesting and creative way to demonstrate the format of the World Finals coming around the corner, or the Championship Challenge, basically how the viewer can expect this thing to carry out. Secondly, the format of this animation was a newspaper, which makes it very, very interesting to dissect and take a look at all the different wordings and things like that. I want to tell you at face value, there's nothing crazy important, a bunch of different ramblings and things related to Starr here and there, but I'll go through very, very quickly some of the more key important points. So the first one is, as you can see at the very top of the newspaper here, we have Stage 1 Championship Challenge, March of some years. So it's basically saying that the Championship Challenge is going to be starting March of some year. It is interesting that they have a date in here as well as it's of some year, a very peculiar way to demonstrate when a Championship Challenge is going to start. Normally it would just have the year. What this means, I'm not quite sure. The second image, as you can see, we have another date, 1914, year by John Rackham. And one thing you guys have to keep in mind while we're going through these photos is a lot of the wording on the newspaper is just filler words. Some of the things don't really mean anything, so gotta take it with a grain of salt, some of these things, but it's cool to see dates popping up as well as names coming around the corner. So John Rackham, 1914, way in the past, right? Moving along to another very interesting blip that the people over on the Starr Discord server found is 2021, end times over again, question mark, question mark, question mark. So incredibly ominous to say the least. A few different things that my mind drifted to when I first saw this is it could be saying, you know, 2020 was a pretty rough year for all of us, right? It's saying that, you know, as we're entering into 2021, the end times are over again. So the bad times as we're transitioning into this next year, which is a pretty nice, joyous way to look at this. But then if you take a look at it more in a Brawl Stars universe standpoint, for some reason, Starr drifted into my mind, saying the end times are over again. Maybe as we're entering into 2021, we're on this cusp of more Starr developments, more WKBRL developments. Danny had mentioned in the community roundtable over on Lex's channel that there were some future plans to develop Starr and keep that ball rolling for the lore developments. So coming along to our next point, an actual reference to Starr in the newspaper. As you can see, it's cut off, which is kind of unfortunate, but in Starr cut off, for us to stop, cut off, everyone in cut off, a unique voice cut off, when you're cut off, such a special cut off, us literally cut off. Oh, it makes me want to see the entire thing so bad. It looks so incredibly interesting. So I'm hoping we see more things related to Starr Park here in the near future. We have a dial on the TV right at the beginning of the animation that is appearing to point to 1 and 9. If you guys remember way back in the day, a very significant date that everyone really knows about when we're talking about WKBRL is 4/19, the day that the WKBRL live stream started, which, guys, is actually coming up right around the corner, the anniversary of the WKBRL live stream being up. But then probably the most interesting image coming from this animation, at the very end of it, coming out of the cactus, we have an arm. For some reason, the very first thing I thought it was Leon's arm, and then I thought it might be Edgar's scarf, but the hand has some anatomy to it, right? You can see the skin on the hand there, so I'm not sure quite yet what it is. Might be a brawler around the corner and an ability that we're taking a sneak peek at, or it just could be, you know, Leon, which is what I thought it was initially, but very strange to say the least. This is the point of the animation that we can see it there in the background. We got a cactus, we got the prize pool being presented of $1 million, which is quite a lot, but then a hand right there on the cactus coming out of the cactus. So strange. I don't know what it's for or what it's about, but maybe we'll get some context of this in the very near future. I'm hoping. That's really, really cool. But yeah, guys, that's just about it for the animation. I wanted to blitz through this because we do have quite a bit more to talk about in today's video. If you guys want to take a look at the animation, it's over on Twitter. It's also on the Brawl Stars Esports YouTube channel if you want to dissect it. But guys, promise you, we have a lot of people in the Starr Park Discord server, as well as myself, dissecting these things for videos such as this. So I think we kind of combed through it pretty well, but best of luck if you want to take a look at it. But let's move on in today's video to the next story. So getting into probably the biggest story of today's video, and it's all around this tweet that was posted 3 hours ago to the main Brawl Stars Twitter page. It is looking amazing, guys. So we have a ton of stuff in the photo to take away, but the very first thing that I want to start off with is the most important thing, and that is at the very bottom right-hand corner of the picture. We have a date as well as a signature. Now, when I first looked at this, since I live in the United States, we have 3/04. So I thought, March 4th, what the heck, that's already come and gone. But everywhere else in the world, people read dates a little bit differently. As you can see, like I was saying before, the format month, day, year is almost exclusive to the United States, so it's hard to kind of wrap my head around any other format. But if you take a look at almost every other format around the world, it's day, month, year. So if we look at it at that perspective, we have the 3rd of April, which is right around the corner, everyone. It's actually this weekend, Saturday, April 3rd. So when I first saw this date, I thought, no way are we getting an update this soon, or developments with an update, whether it's a Brawl Talk or sneak peeks. But if you guys take a look at the Brawl Pass, we only have 12 days and 17 hours remaining on the Season 5 Brawl Pass. It is right around the corner. Typically, we get sneak peeks or update information a few days before the season actually ends, and then we await the season ending while we already have all the information of Season 6. So once April 3rd comes around the corner, we're looking at about 8 days left on the Season 5 Brawl Pass, which I think fits pretty dang good with the normal trajectory of seasonal updates coming around the corner. So mark that date on your calendar, guys. It seems very significant. Now, the date is really interesting. I love getting Easter egg dates here for future updates around the corner, but what I find really interesting about this is it's signed by a B. Now, we have a lot of brawlers that have B in their name, right? B, BB, but for some strange reason, I'm getting a shaking suspicion that this isn't from an existing brawler here in the game. I think it's from the brawler that's coming around the corner in this seasonal update, the Season 6 Brawl Pass. Of course, I don't think we can go any deeper than that with speculation on what this brawler is going to be, just getting one letter of their name, but really interesting nonetheless. Now, the question is what can we pull away from the rest of this photo? So we have a ton of references to Barley and Rosa here in the photo, a bunch of different roses. We have the actual Rosa super there, or the plant that follows her wherever she goes. We have a bunch of Barley bottles. We also have a poster that is covered up by Edgar a little bit there in the background of Barley with his hat. So I'm thinking that these things are just filler, kind of set the mood of the photo. It could be something else, I'm not quite sure, but there are more important things that I want to point out other than the roses and the Barley bottles. One of them being in the top left-hand corner here is this very hard to identify piece of metal or or covering. I thought it was a capping the first thing that I looked at it, but then I thought it might make sense to be an eye patch. We have a few brawlers having eye patches here in the game, maybe a brawler coming around the corner that will also have an eye patch. I'm not quite sure, but really interesting. That capping is not on the top right shelf, which is basically mirrored from the other one. So we have the spiked sock over there, but not the capping. Another thing to point out is Edgar is covering up a basket there in the bottom left hand corner, which of course we cannot take any further than that. And then of course we have the Starr Park pen that Edgar is using as a mic here in the photo, dancing around with Colette. Now this is really interesting because we've seen this pen pop up so many different times in the past, more notably during the point when season 3 was coming out with Colette. Now with all of the bigger things kind of accounted for in this photo, there's one other connection that I wanted to bring up with all of you that might be a bit of a stretch, but just wanted to share it for my 2 cents, and that is the environment. We have Colette as well as Edgar appearing in the photo, which are 2 members of the gift shop family that we have in Brawl Stars. Still missing a brawler in that family I want to add. Now, like I mentioned before, the gift shop environment was the most deeply rooted in Starr Park. It had a bunch of Starr Park references, the logo popping up, the actual logo was changed during that update, so this family is sus, in my opinion, the imposter family. So a lot of this is leading me to suspect that we might be getting another Starr Park related season of the Brawl Pass coming around the corner if these 2 are teased with it. So maybe another chromatic brawler fitting into this family, for the brawler being sneak peeked here, starting with the letter B. I could be wrong about that, but it's just all very, very interesting. But really, that's all the significant things that I can take away from this photo. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you guys are thinking about this. Either way, I'm sure season 6 is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it has some Starr Park undertones. I would really, really love to see some developments with the WKBRL live stream, as well as just Starr Park in general. We do have significant dates coming around the corner, right? The anniversary of the WKBRL live stream, so we might be seeing some developments over there, and just Starr Park related things in general. We'll have to wait and see. Now, the final thing that I want to jump into in today's video has everything to do with Starr Park as well as Spewed, and why I have an itching suspicion that we're right on this cusp of Starr Park related updates and just Starr Park related lore developments in general. So Starr Park related references have been popping up much more as of recently, one of the more notable ones being actually in the comment section of one of Kairos's most recent videos. So the video that Brawl Stars commented on was Kairos's 100% honest update review, where he went extensively into Power League and a few other things regarding the update. I think it is a stellar watch. If you guys want to check it out, be sure to do so. But with the feedback that Kairos gave, Brawl Stars replied extensively, things such as, "Phew, the title scared me, but thanks for the feedback and especially the kind words at the end." And then at the very end of this comment, they sign off saying, Spewed, S-P-U-D-E. So interesting. So if you guys didn't know, Spewed has been a very long-standing acronym, basically synonymous with Starr Park. When you see Spewed, you think Starr Park, standing for what we think here in the community, Starr Park Union of Distressed Employees, initially coined by Kairos, trying to figure out what the acronym actually stood for, and everyone kind of backing that notion, and I do as well. So seeing that Brawl Stars signed off as Spewed brings up a bunch of very, very interesting questions, such as, does Brawl Stars back Spewed? Is Brawl Stars actually Spewed? Where once we thought that Starr Park of Distressed Employees was a movement within Starr Park that was fighting for their rights, it makes me believe that the transition from Starr Park to Brawl Stars was largely because of Spewed, seeing that they are now a part of the bigger Brawl Stars that we know today. I don't know. It's really, really interesting, and I'm hoping we get some more answers with Spewed here in the very near future. And this is not the only time we've seen Spewed pop up as of recently as well. This being one of the more recent examples of Spewed popping back up during the Brawl Stars animation of the Championship Challenge trophy being stolen. One of the 8 doors guarding the room where the trophy should be residing had this graffiti, and the graffiti here at the very bottom is Spewed. Very, very cool. And the final thing that I wanted to bring up about Starr Park here in today's video is once again something that we brought up earlier today, and that is the anniversary of the WKBRL live stream premiering April 19th of 2020. 2020, which that date, that anniversary is very, very soon, right around the corner, very close to the date that was sneak peeked or Easter egged in the photo that we went over. So with this anniversary right around the corner, along with some of the other things we discussed in today's video, I have an itching suspicion that the Season 6 Brawl Pass coming out here soon is going to be deeply rooted in Starr Park. I could be very, very wrong about that, but if the Brawl Stars dev team wants to bring back Starr Park in some way, much like Danny explained in the community roundtable over on Lex's channel, this would be the perfect opportunity to do so. But again, that is all just speculation, just a hunch from your boy Ray. We'll have to see if that comes to fruition here in the future. But you guys already know I'll keep on top of these things. I love covering update related stuff, but when it comes to Starr Park or WKBRL related things, your boy eats these things up for breakfast. So this should be a really great spot to come back to if there are any developments with Starr Park or WKBRL. I like to keep on top of it, so I'll make sure to do that for you guys here in the future. But yeah, everyone, I think we'll be wrapping things up in today's video. I hope you guys all found this Brawl News episode enjoyable or useful in any way. If you did, be sure to slap a like on it. I'd really, really appreciate that. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Adios, you guys.